everyone, I'm Cat Griffin, and this is Stitchin with the Griffin. It is the 2025 Granny Square Sampler Blanket Crochet-a-long Week 3. I believe that is the name of this playlist. I apologize, I'm cold, I'm tired, I stayed up very late. I would have done this video last night, except for when I finally finished the last square. I realized it was after midnight and I was in no shape to be filming. Yeah, let me get up a little bit closer here. Just because it's cold. Pardon me. My back. You'll have to get used to that. You can call that the Griffin maneuver or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to get situated in my chair. I need a different chair. That's what I need. But anyway, it was late. It was like midnight. And I figure I'll just wait and when I'm awake-er and do this. For those of you who are new here, welcome. This playlist is about the 2025 Granny Square Sampler Blanket that is Crochet-a-long, that is being hosted by Madam Stitch. It is a set of 12 Granny Squares that will be put into a blanket, or that's what the project is. I will not be assembling mine until after the beginning of the year because I have way too much to do. And blocking these squares is going to take time, and then putting it together is going to take time, and it's not time that I have. It's a very busy time at work, and plus I have Christmas gifts and other things to do, and it's just, life is lifing right now on a major scale. So I'm trying to, sorry, my hair is just, I don't know, I am trying to time manage everything. And it's a whirlwind right now. But that being said, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Hello everyone. Welcome, and thank you for spending a few minutes of your time, however long this takes here, but I hope that you'll watch it until the end. Whether or not you like it or not, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff if you want to. I am not, okay, we're not even going to go there. Sorry, I'm wearing a Ruana. This one's a knit one. I'm making myself a crocheted one. But anyway, it's nice and warmer than I am. But, so let's get started. The squares are being released every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And this week, like last week, I ended up having to wait till Saturday before I had time to do them all, and I almost didn't have time to do them all because I got called in to work on Saturday. But that's neither here nor there. The first one, let me get my notes because I didn't have it last time, is Winter Sweater Granny Square by Busy Crochet and Design. And this is what it looks like. This one came out rather nice. The square's a little wonky, but that's because it's not blocked. But yeah. And I did this one in Lion Brand Heartland Olympic, which is this dark denim blue, and also Canyonlands, I want to say, is this one. Yep, Canyon. I cannot speak this morning. Canyonlands, which is a goldish brown color. My lights are fading, washing it out some. But anyway, so that's that. It is roughly 12 inches. They're all supposed to be between 12 and 12 and a half. I'm using a G hook, a 5mm hook, which is what it's called for. So that's that one. That one came out relatively well. It was nicely written. Thumbs up for the designer. This next designer, I'm not very happy with. The pattern was a bit difficult. She had numbers on there with no explanation. Normally, when people put numbers at the end of their row instructions, it will say 12 double crochet and 3 single crochet or whatever. It'll have the numbers and the stitches so you can count them. This one just had numbers. And when I was first going through it, I did 5 rounds, and then I realized, and I was like, these numbers are not adding up. Why are my numbers not adding up? What am I missing? So I pulled it all out to the very first, because the very first one had the exact same numbers. And so I'm like, what am I missing here? Pardon me again. I am not trying to stand up. I'm just trying to adjust my legs. Anyway, so I pulled everything out, and then I'm like, okay, well, I finally realized after several more frogging sessions and growing frustration that this particular designer counts every single stitch. Her chains, her double crochets, her single crochets, whatever she had on here, she was counting every single one and not making a not differing on the stitches. They were just every single one. And I was like, okay. And then let me show you. This is what it is called. Hold on. Granny Block Square, and it's by Straight Hooked. This is by Straight Hooked. Now, the square is lovely. Let me put it on something that's not holy. So it is pretty. It's nice and lacy looking and everything. And then it has these blocks. Now, let's see if I can get up close with this. Right here, you see these are loops right here. It's a single crochet, a chain 3, and a single crochet. And she does that to mount her granny squares. Her granny stitch is on right here, the 3 DCs, double crochets. The first couple of rows, because she says to chain 3 and then skip 3 double crochets and single crochet 1. For those of you who actually crochet, you'll know what I'm talking about. And first row, great, first round, fine, everything worked out. Second one, nope. Stitch counts. The count was off. And I went back and I looked at it and I said, the only way this is going to work is if I skip 2 double crochets and then do a single crochet. So you end up, out of every 3 double crochets, you'll skip 2 and do one. Sorry, you'll skip 2 and you'll do the last one. You'll single crochet into the last one. So you've got 2 sets. So you do a single crochet in the corner, and then you'll skip 2 and do a single crochet, and then you'll skip these 2 and do a single crochet. And then the count comes out right. Nowhere in there does it say to do that. And it doesn't say where to put the single crochet. It just says to do a single crochet. In the first round that I did it in the spaces between the 2 sets of double crochet. And then after that, it just didn't work. And I'm like, okay. So the square itself is quite beautiful. Either way it goes. I mean, it is pretty. It's just the pattern I have a problem with. Now this one I did in, all of them are done in the Lion Brand Heartland yarn. That is the chosen yarn for the called for yarn for the project for the Crochet-a-long. However, I'm not using the same colors because I didn't have them available at my local Michael's or anywhere else that I looked. So anyway, this one was done with the Olympic again. The Olympic is the main color for this project. So this is the one I'll be using most of. But I also used the gray, which is Great Smoky Mountains. So this is a dark gray. It does not look like it. It looks like a lighter iron gray, but it is called the Great Smoky Mountains. It is a beautiful color. I might use it for something else later, much later. But okay, so that was that was block number 2 for this week. And as I said, the only problem I had was the pattern. Everybody else has, you know, well-written patterns. That one was just a bit confusing. Now, I did have to use a tutorial for a video. I had to watch a video for this one. But once I figured it out, I didn't have to follow the video anymore. I could follow the writing. The same thing is with this one coming up, because these were stitches I had not... I've done front post stitches before, and I've done spikes, as you saw in another square. But the way that she was doing this one and the way she was explaining it, I'm very happy she had a video. Also, this is my second favorite square of this entire project. I love the mauve. I am going to be doing the mauve, a blanket out of the mauve once I have time next year. The mauve is one of the very first granny square, and it is designed by Madam Stitch. And the link to the Crochet-a-long should be in the description box below. But look at this. Isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh, this is pretty. And it's two-dimensional. But it goes on the back side too. I think that is just awesome. Now the granny, yeah, the spike stitches you can't really see because, except for these right here, because of the yarn that's used. But there is several different spike stitches in here, right there. But this one uses a, what is it called? A double crochet spike 2 and a spike 1, and basically it's just you're spiking in the space, like for right here. I don't know if I can get you to see that. There's actually a little spike right there. You can barely see it. Or is that 2? Yeah, there's 2 spikes right there, but you can barely see them. Let me see if I can get that. Right here. And they go 1 row below where you're working. And then these, which you can see, go 2 below and then come up. And then this, where's the granny spikes? I know I did a granny spike. Okay. This row has the granny stitch spike, which is you drop it down and you do the spike in the row below, but into the double crochet down here into the middle of that. So if you just go, just look at this. This one is called it's called Granny's Bobbly Square, and it is designed by Cozy Rosie UK. Cozy Rosie UK. And Cozy Rosie, thank you so much for differentiating between the UK terms and the US terms, and letting us know in your video tutorial which ones you were using. She's got a great voice too, by the way. But this is that one, and that is my second favorite one. I'll probably be doing a blanket out of these different colors. But yes. So this one had 3 colors in it. and it is the Heartland, as I said. So I used the Heartland Olympic. I used Heartland Carlsbad Caverns. Sorry, my yarn is leaving its skein. Is this? Yeah. Carlsbad Caverns, which is like a denim blue, a lighter denim blue. It's darker than what you're seeing here, but yeah, this is darker. And then I again used the Great Smoky Mountains for the third color. But I'm not trying to rush through these, but I do have a ton of things I need to do today. And plus, I mean, it's just squares. There's one more week to do. And they've already released today's square. And it looks like it's fairly simple, so if I have time today, I will go ahead and do it. It's a single color, thankfully, and so I can get that done. I do believe I've got enough. I think I have another skein of Olympic, because I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough in that one. I have to look. If not, I'll have to wait and get some from work tomorrow. But yeah, those are what I've got going on. All of the squares are about 12 and a half inches. I might have to rework one of the squares from last week because it didn't quite turn out to be 12 inches. Now, I did look at the assembly of the blanket, and some of them have extra edging around them, and that might be what the deal is with the one that I did. It's called stacked grannies or something like that, and so that might be what it is. It might have to have a border put around it before it can be the size that it needs to be for the rest of the project. I don't know. If not, then I'll just rework it to make it bigger, because I worked it the size that the pattern called for, and it didn't come out to the proper size. So that is that. I am working on a vest for one of my coworkers, and that is something I will be working on today, and I hope I will finish it today. I have about 14 or 15 more rounds to go on it, and they require a lot of counting, decreases and chains mostly, but still quite a bit of counting is involved. And then, yes, once it's done, I will show you what it looks like, because she does not watch my videos, which does not bother me at all. But yes, I am very proud of this. I have made others like this before. I have not made one in this colorway before. It is loops and thread facets. It does not have a name, but it does have a number, a SKU number for Michaels. And if you want me, after you see it, if you want to know the information on it, I will let you know what it is. But in the coming year, because of my shops, I have one on Michael's Maker Place called the Stitchin Griffin, which has nothing in it right now, because I'm too overwhelmed with everything else to try to take pictures and remember to take pictures and do things. But anyway, that's beside the point. I will be making some more of these, and they're basically a one fits all, unless you are wider in the shoulders than what it is. I will put, once I make them, I will measure the distance between the two holes, and they're pretty big. I mean, you're going to see when it's done the armholes, because it's just is a vest. They're pretty big, so you'll have some, some room. But if you're broader in the shoulder than what it is, broader, between the shoulders, it will pull the bottom up as you make it come out. You know what I mean? Those of you know where. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not very good at making wearables, but I am getting better at it. I might make some more of these. Whoops. There. Ha! There. Ha! Hexagon cardigans. But I don't know yet. That is a little bit more work intensive, plus it's not a one size fits all. Unless you like really baggy. And that one actually was made to fit me. I did it when I was lighter. Incentive to lose more weight again. Yeah. But anyway, that's it. Not a long video, because why would it be when it's just about squares? But yes, as we go along, did I show you Bulbasaur? I think I did. He looks almost like a turtle without a shell. He is needing to have his arms fixed. This one is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty well stitched. This one looks like a dog tried to get it. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that, like the other one. But when I was stitching it, I thought I had grabbed these two right here and had put it in there, but I had not. So it's when he tries to stand, he doesn't stand. He goes split. So, and he's supposed to stand. His face is a little, there we go. His face is a little wonky. Stuffing his head, because it's not a completely round spear that's tucked into here. It's open a little bit. It was harder to get the stuffing to stay. And this one is not even, I mean, it ends right there, and then you stitch the head onto it, which I didn't do a very straight job, but still. So stuffing this was a chore too. Let me see. This is Snorlax, going to be Snorlax. This is where you start. You start here and you work your way down. So he's basically a top down. But anyway, you work him in reverse. But stuffing this, I had to tell the person I'm giving it to that when he gets it, not to be squishing the head too much, because it just pushes it down into the body. There's not enough of a neck to really hold any stuffing up here. It's annoying. But that's not what this playlist is about. That's something different. So anyway, here's some extra content for you. I hope everyone has a lovely day and a lovely week. Wednesday I will be back with another episode of my cross stitching. Couldn't think of it. Yeah, my floss tube will be Wednesday. And I hope that you will pop in and look at that. Got some updated work for that. And then, yeah, I will see you guys on the flip side.